My name is Mario Facas Spirit and welcome to the channel. So today's video is going to be about homeschooling. Now, I don't have children and I've never homeschooled children, but what I want to talk about of the things that I've heard of and my own personal theories, right? So I was listening to this one show on the radio for a while. This woman, she homeschooled her kids, and she was part of this organization. This is here in Canada, and it was a pretty good organization. You know, you could go onto their website and you get all kinds of tips, homeschool your kids, and you paid like, I don't know, it was $10 or $20 a month, and let's say you are being bothered by someone or the government for homeschooling your kids, you could just let them know, and they would get you a lawyer for I guess for free. I don't know if it's still free now, but I think it was then, just a few years ago. And you know, they would help you out, right? So when I listened to her, I found it very interesting. And I know a few mothers that homeschool their kids as well. And but like what really piqued my interest was like the one time over here in Canada, one of our provinces in the West, their teachers were on strike. So there was a video, the news was, you know, interviewing some mothers that were, you know, like in this sense they were homeschooling their kids in a sense because the teachers were on strike, so they were picking things up themselves, right? But what really caught my interest is this one girl there. She was like 12 or 13 years old, but she was actually helping the younger kids on what they were doing, right? But you could see that like she was so energized in what she was doing, right? Like she really, it was like you could see it was like part of her. Like it was really a passion for her to help these little kids out, right? And she was a kid too, but the younger ones, right? So like that got me thinking like one of the ways that really helps someone learn is to get the individual to teach other individuals, right? And that's one way that can help people learn. So to me, I find it very beneficial for like older children teaching younger children, right? So that's what got me thinking about homeschool. And after that, when I listened to that one radio show and all that, and you know, and I started thinking about all these things. I'm like, well, I go. There's a lot of benefits to homeschooling, right? Like first of all, you're keeping your kids away from the government and from, you know, the school board and all that, because what they're offering our children these days is not even close to acceptable, if you want, right? It's like I've seen stuff is like it's unbelievable. So personally, if I had kids, there was no. I've been saying for a while. Their mother would have one of two choices. Either she homeschools them or she puts them in private schooling. That's just where we can decide. We have more of a say in what the kids are learning if they're in private schooling, right? So it's one of the two choices. But I would never put my kids in public schooling. Like there's no way. So the benefits for me for homeschooling, right, is that you're way more involved in your children's life, right? And you obviously you're deciding what your child is learning, right? But like let's say you could get like four or five families together, right? But then the mothers in those families can like separate the courses and what to teach, right? So the one mother doesn't have to just teach all the courses, or maybe one day the one mother teaches all the kids, and then the next day the other mother teaches other kids. They share the duties, right? And then you also have the like things that like expertise. Like let's say the one father is an auto mechanic. Well, you know, he can bring in the boys, let's say on a Saturday, and teach them auto mechanics, right? Let's say the one mom's a nurse. Well, she could teach all the kids first aid, right? Like there's certain things like that you could do it where you could bring in your talents as parents and really help these kids learn these things, right? There's obviously the one about what I said before about the older children teaching the younger kids. You know, the mothers supervise, and the older ones really help the mothers out, as I say, as assistants, and help teach the younger ones, which will help them greatly, like at that point in time and in the future as well, right? So, and there's also things that like bartering as well, right? Like some of this you'd have to research and see, but let's say you knew a farmer, and you said to the farmer, said, listen, we'll trade you our labor for you teaching our kids on farming, right? So you give us so much hours of your time, and we'll give you so much hours of labor to help you out, right? So you do trades at that, and then the farmer he helps the moms create a test for the kids, and at the end of that course, you give the kids a test and to see if they pass or not, right? So, to me, I think some of that there's a lot of opportunity, a lot more than having them in public schooling, right? I mean, everything now that you're teaching your kids, you know what you're teaching your kids, and hopefully you're not trying to hurt your children, right? So you're only teaching them good things, and like there's so much more you could teach your kids. Like they don't have to be stuck in a classroom. You could go you could go on hikes or this and that, and teach them on hikes or on certain adventures, and it's just like there's so much things, like just to get to know certain people and see if people will help you out. And then I think there's a lot of people that would help out, right? You could bring, like, let's say the girls to a nursing home and see if the management there would give the girls a tour and teach them about caring for the elderly, like things like that, right? So I think there's a lot you can do. I think that there's a lot of opportunities. I think if the parents here really use their imagination and work together as a group, and then work with the rest of society as well, I think there'd be a lot of people be receptive to helping out, and it wouldn't be that expensive. It could be very cheap, right? So. And it's one to throw it out there. I think in this day and age of what's going on, I think people really need to start forming their own personal communities and supporting each other, because, like, I mean, just the way the governments are going and the way big businesses are going, they're not caring for the people. So the people need to care for themselves. So that's why I say form small communities if you can. Homeschool your kids. Use your imagination. Get creative. Always find different ways to teach the kids and make life better for everybody at the end of the day, right? It won't be just for the children. It's gonna be for the mothers, the fathers, for society in general as well, right? So, anyways, I'll leave it there. You know what I mean? If you're a young family, your kids are going to go to school and all that. Just do your research. Look it up. There's a lot of resources out there, and just see for yourself. It's something you like. To me, I would just, if I had kids, that's where I would go, either homeschooling or private schooling, but not public schooling. To me, it's just not a place to send your kids. So, anyways, I'll leave it there. Have a pleasant day, and we'll see you next video. Goodbye.